Hello, my name's Cassandra Cardona. This is my assessment of Lutz, Florida, part of my Community Health Theory class at St. Petersburg College Bachelor's of Nursing. Hello, and welcome to Lutz, Florida. Our population here is 19,344. The earliest inhabitants of Lutz were Native Americans in the 16th century. Population began to grow when Spanish settlers began to arrive in the 1800s. In the 1900s is when passengers and freight began to flow from Tampa to Brooksville. Stagecoaches were used until the Lutz Depot was built, and the railway became the preferred means of transportation for goods, especially lumber, putting those stagecoaches out of business. The Lutz Depot, which sits in the center of town, was built by Henry Lutz to transport lumber from Tampa to Brooksville. The Lutz Depot was rebuilt several times, and the picture down on the bottom right is actually what it looks like present day. But it does not serve as a depot anymore. It doesn't serve as a train station. It just serves as a museum for the people of Lutz and the city of Tampa. Back in 1905, a group of Chicago investors bought about 32,000 acres of land and called it North Tampa. The investors put out a bulletin called the Hillsborough County Bulletin, focusing its dispensement to Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio residents to get them drawn into moving down. In 1921, the first paved road was built, ushering the new era of the automobile. Nurseries, groves, dairy, poultry, and cattle farm were the big moneymakers for Lutz. Lutz grew quickly in the 1940s to 50s due to its friendly environment and desirable lakes, and its convenient location close to Tampa. In the 1970s, there was an addition of a library and a new fire station that was built on the same road. Lutz has continued to grow today. It was not known as Lutz until 1913, when there was a petition made by the people of that area to get their own post office. So in 1913, that's when Lutz became known as it is today. Structurally, Lutz is attempting to meet the needs of its growing population. Currently, there's a road construction widening project on Highway 54 and 275 to create more sidewalks and roads for its residents to run, ride their bikes, and walk their dogs. There are new homes and subdivisions, along with strip malls and large retailers popping up within the last 5 years. The main issues for the residents in Lutz is the traffic coming in and out of the newer subdivisions onto our one-lane roads. There need to be more stop signs and or lights in place to help with traffic flow, and also, as mentioned before, sidewalks for bicycles and walking. Those issues are being addressed by the county and the city of Tampa, and they're currently under construction and doing more widening work as we speak. Lutz truly is a diverse community. There are over 7,000 families in the Lutz area, and they vary in age and ethnicity, from our single people to young families and our seniors. We have a 1/4 of an acre minimum home site that offers each home member a nice, comfortable living for them and their family. Lutz is filled with a lot of working class people, and there's actually a lot of homes here that are owned by snowbirds, people that might live like in Connecticut, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Ohio, and they come down to Florida, especially the Lutz area, to enjoy the milder winters that we have here. We have a small town feel here in the Lutz area, and that's one of the things that we love most about our community. There are two areas of healthcare needs in the community. The first area is going to be our young families, our families that have a financial need, and also our senior community. For our families in need, we actually have a Head Start program that's located at Nye Park that offers those families free VPK for their children. There is also Angels Unaware and Joshua House, and both of those help with mental and health issues for the children in the Lutz community. Guiding Star is an actual non-for-profit women's health facility that is able to provide obstetric and gynecological care for our females in the community that don't have money to go to a regular physician. There are several assisted living facilities in the Lutz area that care for our seniors. They do offer Find a Ride Florida, which is an online service as well. That is a transportation service that's free of charge for our disabled older adults that need help getting to their doctor's appointments or to and from their assisted living facility. As mentioned earlier, Lutz is a growing community, but we are fortunate in that we have several healthcare facilities in the immediate area to assist with our urgent care needs. Newly opened Trinity Emergency Care, which is on Highway 41 in Lutz, offers emergency care 24/7, and it's a brand new facility and it's wonderful. I've been there personally myself. After Hours Pediatrics for our kids is open from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. during the week for urgent pediatric health needs. Med Express is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week for urgent care needs, and that's located on Highway 54. And Morton Plant North Bay Hospital, which is located on Highway 54 as well, is open 24/7 for urgent mental health and behavioral needs for people in the community. Lutz is a wonderful suburb of the Tampa Bay area, and we reap the benefits of being in Hillsborough County. Our mayor is Bill Buckhorn, and we are protected by the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. Our fire rescue service is offered both by Hillsborough County Fire Rescue and City of Tampa Fire Rescue. Lutz has in place its own Lutz Citizen Coalition, and that was started back in 2000 to help maintain the small town feel of Lutz. The coalition meets actually monthly to discuss proposed growth and the needs for such proposed growth. The coalition is in place to protect the citizens and the growth of the Lutz community, to ensure that it doesn't become overpopulated or have any dangerous additions to the community that could put its members or the community at risk. Having a place of worship is a definite need for many people in the community. Lutz has a plethora of places of worship, but I really wanted to only put 4. That's all I could fit on my slide. So the first one I'd want to talk about is North Point Church. It has a lot of outreach programs for the community centered around kids and students and women and men. They offer missions and special events. The Lutz Methodist Church, which is now known as Lutz Community Church, has been there since the 50s, and it's just a staple in the community. When you drive down Sunset Lane, it's there on the left-hand side with its pretty little red door. The Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses, which is in Lutz and located on Lutz Lake Fern Road, offers the community free Bible studies in the preaching work, which is offered door to door in the Lutz area. Idlewild Baptist Church is the largest church in the area, actually maybe even in the state of Florida. It has an average of 6,000 members for its services. They have tons of outreach programs, soup kitchens, food service. They put on special events, musical special events, and actually offer missions as well. The Head Start program that was mentioned earlier is part of the Lutz community, and it's located at Nye Park. Nye Park offers the people of Lutz a wonderful, safe environment for their children to play. There's a playground, there's baseball park, there is tennis courts, there's soccer fields, there's covered areas where they have picnic tables and you can grill out and have gatherings, and nice park benches and water fountains. It's just a really nice place for the people of Lutz to actually gather and enjoy their time. The Head Start facility is located there, as stated before, for our children in the community with need, and they offer free VPK for those who qualify. Lutz has wonderful members, and they start from the very young to the very old. And one of the benefits of having such wonderful residents is the Carolyn Meeker Park. That was a petition that was placed by the fifth graders at Lutz Elementary School. They wanted to have an area for their dogs to be able to play, and so the Hillsborough County Board agreed, and they granted the city of Lutz 8 acres of land. It includes a nature trail. There is a pond that separates, or a lake that separates the areas. I believe there's 3 areas for the dogs to roam. One area is for small dogs, the other area is for large dogs, and then there's just an area for everybody to roam free. There are park benches, there's water fountains, there's areas where you can water your dog, there's areas where you have bags so you can clean up after your dog, and it's just nice that the city of Tampa and Hillsborough County allotted us this land so that we could have a nice, safe environment for our pets and our kids and our families to play and enjoy the area. As a nurse working and living in the Lutz area, there are goals that I would like to see in place. And for me, it's to ensure the safety of the members of my community, to make sure that there's adequate roads and sidewalks for our members of the community to walk and or drive to get to where they need to go, or just to enjoy the outside. We are not an evacuation route, but there are several locations in the Lutz area that are easy to get to and from in the case if we do have a hurricane and somebody would like to evacuate and go to a safe shelter. We have several safe shelters in the area. We ensure that our members have safe and adequate housing, and we also want to ensure that our children have a safe environment to play and members to gather for different faiths and worship. We want to make sure that there's transportation needs being met. That's for our disabled and our handicapped adults and seniors to get to their doctor's appointments or the grocery store or wherever they want or need to go. The community is out there and they are available, and the needs of the community are being met. Lutz is a very small town feel. The members of the community are very happy living here. They've been living here for many, many years. Some people 30, 40 years with the same piece of property, and it just keeps going from generation to generation. As a mom, I feel comfortable living in this area. I am a single parent and I feel comfortable raising my daughter here. I do feel that it's safe for anyone to live, and it's a wonderful place because we're only about 20 to 25 minutes away from Yankee Stadium or Steinbrenner Field for when the Yankees play baseball. We are not too far from the Florida State Fairgrounds for when the Florida State Fair comes, or the Strawberry Festival. We're located next to, not next to, but close to Raymond James Stadium for when the Bucks or our USF Bulls play. And it's nice that we're not too far of a drive from Clearwater St. Pete Beach, so we can enjoy all that the Florida sunsets and the Florida weather does a lot to us. This is the end of my assessment of the Lutz area for my community health assessment assignment. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for listening.